ain't showing no fear. I done came up like the top of the stairs. These takers, they cannot compare. I'm in the crowd with the mosh pit. I hit the stage and it shows. I'm in the game, I can't forfeit. Honestly, I'ma make more hits. Hop in the coupe and I swear for the latest. She get because I am the greatest. I stayed the same and then came all the changes. You wanna know what it's like to be famous? In public, skies me all of that. I'm ballin' like I got buckets. And they hate cause we stunt like nothing.
For real, my is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. For real, my is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Houston Texans. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
No, check, Patriot. Over.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
After the encroachment penalty, here's second and 5.
Set. 319.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So a first and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a carry from Mack. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Mike, check. 59.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He sets to fire deep. That's caught at the 25. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
All right, here we go. Blue, line it.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And his kick here is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. ground. This is Saquon Barkley. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Newton now to throw. Buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw, Newton. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Play action. They'll throw. Being chased out left. There he goes inside the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. The Texans were penalized 124 times last year, third most in the NFL, and now they come up 1st and 15. Now Mack. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Now back to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on first down. Look at the spin. Balance. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action here on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett, and this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the punt, and nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught here by Conley. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. And an alley to run. And the Giants ready to come out now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's Newton now on second down. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
20.
Newton on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On 2nd and 10, Newton toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. It's Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
This is taken at about the 14. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Back to throw now on first down. Stays on his feet. And that's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
Or the mental focus on the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Dorsett. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. right back to him on first down. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Giants on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Newton. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Here we go, fellas.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton escaping the pressure right. And bulldozing his way through. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. The pitch goes to Barkley. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside, or they can really shred your defense.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Off play action. Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They fake the give. Newton. Forced out to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there. And he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
the fumble recovery. Newton steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of...
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Jamie Collins in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The Texans send the punter out, standing just about on his own goal line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. J.J. Nelson now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And his throw is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gun. Newton dancing to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
They'll run with Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Looking to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
After the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Here we go now.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Over.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. He's going to get it running right. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to play. Oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to look deep, and this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Off the play fake. Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Third and long, it's Newton. Buying time to his left. Now this is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Newton. Being chased out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Cam Newton, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And we've mentioned before, Cam, the all-time leader in rushing TDs by a quarterback, so everyone he gets from here on out for the rest of his career just adding to that lead.
So what you're saying is that if you're a young kid who wants to play quarterback in the NFL, and that's the record you're shooting for?
Good luck.
You got some work to do, aren't you?
By the time he's done, he might have double a second-place guy. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's James. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He gets away from it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now back to throw. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gone!
Here's Mack on the toss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. On play action, they'll throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll look to throw here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Mack. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Now a toss play. This is Mack. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Philip Dorsett from 19 yards away. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run for it. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the right side, complete to Miller. Quick move. Say goodbye to Braxton Miller. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Blue landed!
They get it to him running left. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Staying on the ground with Matt. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. New York set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Down to 7 seconds now, 6. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Texans, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.